How to build anything using GitHub Copilot Agent. This is a new feature of GitHub Copilot and you really should check it out. So this is a direct competitor to Cursor. I have made a video about Cursor IDE in the past and I also tried out this GitHub Copilot thing. I actually pushed it to its boundaries. You can find the video on my channel and it completely failed. But this time I created a fully functional JSON converter, beautifier, minifier application and it did an amazingly good job. So let me show you exactly how you can replicate this and how you can maximize the performance out of this GitHub Copilot agent. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to get Visual Studio Code Insiders. This is an experimental IDE by the Visual Studio Code team, and then you want to sign in GitHub to activate the Copilot. It's free to do. After you do that, you want to open up the GitHub Copilot chat. I think it's Control-Shift-L or something like that. You can search it on Google or wherever, and you will have two options about GitHub, the chat and also the edit. On the edit, when you type the first message, you can select either edit or agent. So you want to select the agent option and you can also select between various LLMs that you can use. I would suggest Claude Sonnet, but if you want images, you have to go with GPT-4o. So I'm starting off by asking the agent to give me the requirements to create everything, and it does pretty nicely. It gives me exactly the requirements I need to get for the Next.js application, because that's what we're going to be using. It also splits. I also give it the image of what I'm trying to create, so it takes out exactly the steps it needs to do, what kind of components and functionalities it needs to make. So this is like a preparatory phase to give it a little bit of a context and understanding. Now, one major mistake that a lot of people do while using this agent is that they use the same chat or the same window, context window, for all of their queries. No. You want to make sure that each window you open is only for a very specific task. When you finish the task, close and open another one. The reason is very simple. Those agents in every software that you will use that has these agent systems, they've got a database that keeps history of conversations on the backside and enhances the context of each new question you ask. So you want the context to be relative to the questions you ask. Otherwise, it's going to hallucinate, it's going to change files that you fixed in the past. You don't want that. And sadly, up to now, they have not fixed that. I firmly expect this limitation to get fixed in the future, but for now, you've got to handle this yourself manually. When you finish a task or when you visit a different file, you try to do something completely different than the past conversation you have with the agent, close the window, move on. Now, before we continue, I have released some courses on Udemy for free. You can check them out down below in the description. Some of them have LLMs, and I'm preparing loads of more courses that will be completely free for you. Also, I have this NoFX Services website where we will post this weekend a huge AI list. Also, a lot of other things that you might not want to miss out. We also have got some amazing utilities, and I will be uploading this utility to the website. So everything that we build on this channel will be on that website, and it's a very easy way to support me. Just by clicking the link, it helps index it in the Google search engine, and in the future we will drive also ads in there. But let's cut the break. Let's move on, because I want to tell you a little bit about some other things. So in general, in loads and loads of cases, I encountered a lot of problems. And sometimes this agent is able to solve them. For example, we had a problem with React and actually the React tree component. Some things were deprecated, we're using the latest version, and this agent was able to fix it. Again, we cleared up the context, we made sure everything was okay. I also really liked how the UI was. It was pretty similar and pretty close to what I asked it to make. My whole experience was very, very good. Now, another very important thing that I've seen through this agent is that you want to go slowly. You want to go utility to utility, file by file, create one thing, test it, fix it, move on to the next one. You don't want to overwhelm these agents. That's exactly what I tried to do to test out its boundaries in the first video. It completely failed, it completely crashed. So you want to go step by step as a programmer. You would write one functionality, then move to the next one. You would not go, actually you would go top down to see what you want to create, and then you would go bottom up, function by function, GUI element by GUI element. You would not go overkill, you would not go and try to create everything in just a single click. One of the things that I really liked is that this agent, after you find its errors and giving it the correct file to use and see and change, it is able to correctly fix everything. Also, what I really liked is that I found a JSON file online that had many edge cases and it was able to capture some of them. Some others it was not able to capture, but still in most cases it was able to fix the problem and create all of the functionalities of this website, which was absolutely insane. It was something super unexpected. It was also able to change the UI quite well, like at first the colors, I think, if I remember correctly, were unreadable. It also put up some functionalities that I found later on, like auto update and big num. I didn't know these things like existed. They were there. And I think also at some step of the video, I don't know exactly when, I was able to use this agent to refactor the code, change a few things up, and it tremendously improved the code base through this refactoring. But already from the start, it used simple elements. The code was very well written, so the result was very, very exciting. However, we've got to be clear here. I think Cursor is a lot better, but for simple things, if you do not want to push the limits of Cursor in terms of your pricing, of your completions, I think GitHub Copilot is a very good alternative. And in the future, I will probably be using it even more along with Cursor. I want to also try Windsurf. If you want me to make videos about coding IDEs or whatever AI tool you want me to show you or whatever thing you want me to create for you, let me know, because it's super important to do things that you like. I want you to give me ideas. I want you to give me problems that you may want solved, and I will solve them for you. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've learned something new with this video, and I will see you on the next one. Drop a subscribe, because most people watching this video are not subscribed to the channel. Give me a subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.